One person has joined. Hello. Currently waiting for more people to join in. Greg says Lenaski. I don't understand that language personally, so I don't know what you wish to say, but hello anyways. Hope you're doing well. Store. Hi everyone who's joining. Hope you're doing well. How's your day going? Carter. Alright. It's rather hot in here. I actually should turn on the fan. How are you? I'm doing well. How about yourself? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Yeah, no problem. Alright, so guess I'll tell you guys what today's stream is about. On last week's stream, which was on Friday, I was asked if I could do a Funko Pop showcase. Well, not asked, but somebody said it would be fun if I did so, so this is what today's stream is about. Hi, Spider-Man. Hello there. How's it going? So yeah, I got the big old bin of Funko Pops right here. It cannot even fit on camera. Say hi, Spider. Hey, how's it going? So yeah, these aren't all mine, by the way. Some of these are my brother's Funkos, so I'll be showing them both off, but it'll take me a while because it is quite the amount. Guess I'll begin by taking out my brother's Funkos, since out of the two of us, I have the most of them. Where are you from? I'm from the United States. Oh. I forgot that there's some Marvel Legends in here as well. I may show those off later, or now if you guys prefer to see them first. Ultra Nerd says, hey man, how's it going? Hope it's all well. Now some of you, if you saw last week's stream, you may notice that the mask is slightly more touched up. I have worked on the rims, now they're acrylic blue. I'm gluing the logos to my Ultimate Spider-Man suit right now. That is really nice. Hope it all goes well. Spider-Man? Yep, that would be me. How's it going, man? But yeah, as I was stating earlier, I have now touched up the lenses. I use metallic blue acrylic paint for the rims. I may go up and touch up a bit later by adding another layer so that it's solid as possible. And I used deep red puff paint for the hexagons. Yo, the puff paint on the mask looks sick. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, man. I'm beyond happy with how it came out. Like, I can hit this pose from the movie where he does this, and it looks so cool. Granted, it feels just as tight as my black suit mask, but I was expecting that, and I actually prefer it this way. Like, the quality just looks better. I recommend to paint the rims with blue puff paint because acrylic can crack. That's a good point, but I actually never used puff paint to paint rims. I'm not sure how to go about it, to be honest. If you've done it before, what strategy would you recommend doing? Would you recommend working in layers and then letting them dry? I'll begin taking out the Funko Pops that my brother has. You could use a sponge brush and paint it. Oh. I have like a pack of paintbrushes, but I'm not sure if one of them is a sponge brush. I would have to check. I might own one though. But those brushes are in the room. Oh, here you go. I'm just trying to remember which ones are my brother's. Sometimes it gets hard to remember because there's so many here. Oops, sorry about that, guys. That's on me. Well, maybe. Yeah. Just trying to put this so that the phone doesn't fall. Right there should be good. There we go. I'll let y'all know once I take out all of his Funkos, then I'll be showing you them. Yay. And yes, I will show you the progress on the suit I've made since the last 3 days, because I made some pretty good progress. And then the last one. Alright. I have all of my bros Funkos out here, ready to show you guys. So here they would be. Obviously, I'll show you them one by one in closer detail. This is just to show you them all at once so you can get a good idea. Funkos, that's awesome. Thank you. And there's more in the back too. I'll show you guys the artwork. Don't mind the music outside. Then this is the back of the boxes. And now we can talk about them in depth one by one. So I believe this was his first one that he got. This was years ago, maybe in like 2018. It's from Batman v Superman. I only have one, a Spider-Man Funko, Invincible Funko, and Star Wars Droid. I gotta get more. Where'd you get them from? I get mine at GameStop. Nice. It's a pretty good starting point. These were bought at a few places. GameStop, I believe Newberry Comics, maybe one or two of them at Walmart and Target as well. But these were bought years ago, so like before 2020, so like back in the 2018 days. So these are pretty old, but pretty good too. This one I did customize a little. I'll show you guys up close. So originally when it first arrived, the gray was so light, it practically looked white. So I mixed acrylic black and white paint to make it a dark gray, just like the movie. And my brother painted the battering here. Now it's more movie accurate. So it has the silver outlining. And yeah. And I gave the belt a black wash. Isaac says, hey, what's up? Hey, Isaac. How's it going? Just currently showcasing the Funko collection. Hope you're doing well, man. I didn't do anything to the cape. I think it looks fine. So yeah, this would be Bro's first Funko Pop. This was bought at Newberry Comics back in 2018. These ones would usually come with a real DC Collectibles card back when they did the Legion of Collectors boxes. I believe it's like a subscription box where if you subscribed, they would send you a package full of random stuff, and it's pretty cool. Alright. I can't really remember the exact order in which all of these were bought, so I'll just have to wing it. And I could just show them in order from DC to Marvel. So here's the second one. It's Cyborg from the Justice League movie, the live action one. This one he got it at Target. And this one got a little bit of customization too. I'll show you guys up close. This one I didn't customize at all. In fact, he gave the Funko a black wash himself because the silver was too bright. Hopefully the camera is focusing. So yeah, now the sculpted details stand out much more. And it looks a lot cooler this way. I'm hoping the camera's not out of focus. You guys let me know. So yeah, there's Cyborg. This would be the second Justice League member. And yes, there's at least 2 more DC Funko Pops he has. I'll show you guys the next one. This one was originally mine, but we traded a Funko. I believe I'm trying to remember. Yeah, so originally he had the tactical suit Batman Funko, but then I traded it so that he could keep this one, because he wanted the Superman one. Can you see it now? Yeah, I can see. So this is the rest of the league, and I'll take it out of the box as well. The top cover's broken, but oh well. This one didn't escape the customization treatment either, because when it arrived, I wasn't really a big fan of how the blue came out. So I went in with some acrylic paint because it used to be very pale and not saturated at all. So I went in with blue, and now it stands out. I even touched up on the logo so that the red would be brighter. So yeah, that's how he's looking like. For such a small collectible, I really dig that they sculpted the Kryptonian details. Something I did notice though, is that his hairstyle on the artwork is actually more accurate than it is on the Funko itself, if you guys notice. Just a small detail I noticed. But yeah, nothing too major. So yeah, originally the Funko Pop did not have these colors. I mean, literally, because it looks like you cannot on the outside. On camera, if it looks like I can't see, hopefully you guys can see my eyeball through the lens. What language you speak? I speak English and Spanish. That's literally it. I can't speak anything else, even if you paid me to. Alright. Next DC Funko. Oh, more like the last DC Funko. It's this one. It's from Batman the Animated Series, Phantasm. This one is pretty cool. This one was also bought at Newbury Comics because, well, they have a big stack of Funkos that you can purchase. And I believe years ago they would have a deal where if you bought 3, you would get a 4th one for free, I believe. Not sure if this is still true, but it's how it used to go. check out the package so you guys can see. Now, I'm not sure if there's a Chase variant where it has an Andrea Beaumont head sculpt, but this is the default one, and it's pretty cool. Now, the thing with the DC Funkos is that they're not bobbleheads. You can rotate their heads, something that you can't do with the Marvel ones. So it gives them a little bit of distinction. So yeah, there's her hook. Oh, there we go, wrong way. Is that Skullmaster? No. This is Phantasm from Batman the Animated Series. Well, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, the animated movie that came out in the 90s. It's not loved by many fans. Her real name is Andrea. But when she wears the costume, she's known as Phantasm. She doesn't actually show up in Beat Taz, she shows up in a Batman animated movie. And full detail, she also shows up in one of the JLU episodes, but in the future, where she's tasked to kill Terry's parents, but she doesn't go through with it. Alright, now I'm going to show you my bro's Marvel Funko Pops. Trying to remember what the first one he got was. I believe it was this one. If you guys recall from the 2018 era, Hasbro was doing like this Venomized line of Marvel figures where you would get like a Captain America figure, but he'd be like covered in the symbiote. So Funko did something similar and gave us the Venomized line of Avengers. Here is Venomized Iron Man. This one's pretty cool. I got him this one at GameStop and not in Very Comics. Take out a box for you. What's really cool about this one is that the repulsor effect acts like a base, so that if you put him down, he can stand no problem. Kingston said hi. Hello, how's it going? I really like that he has spikes on the top. It gives it like a unique look so that it's not just Iron Man but black. When he has the Venom symbiote, there's design differences because of it. As you can see, the arc reactor serves as a center point for the Venom symbol. So give you guys a full 360 view. And yeah, there's Iron Man fully Venomized. Since we don't have a display stand, we keep these in a big bin, but it's alright because it's more practical this way. Alright, here goes his next Marvel Funko Pop. It's from the same line of Venomized Pops, but this one is Captain America. This one is also pretty cool. Show you guys the artwork. There it is. And this is the line of other Venomized Pops you could have gotten at the time. There was a variant of Carnage where his head is fully engulfed by the Carnage symbiote, and it's not showing Cletus at all. I always prefer that one over the standard one. For this one, I don't believe I did any customizing either. If I had a good acrylic blue paint, I probably at the time would have painted him so that his blue is different. But honestly, no, I don't really mind it too much. He's pretty cool. So there's his wings, and the shield has symbiote tendrils wrapping around it. The symbol changed as well. And there was this Titan Hero series figure years ago where it shared a very similar design to this. I believe it was Titan Hero series. I may be wrong on that one. It definitely wasn't Marvel Legends. That looks so cool. Thank you. What's up, Spidey Evolution? How's it going? Comic Spider-Man or Comics Invisible? As in which I would prefer? Honestly, neither, because I don't really care for comics anymore. I don't really care what Marvel editorial is doing for the character in modern era, so it could go either way. Doing great as always. That's good to hear. Here's his next Funko Pop. This one is from X-Men. Here is Dark Phoenix. Now, there were 2 chase variants, or just variants, of this Funko Pop. One of them was a glow-in-the-dark one that you can get at Hot Topic at the time. And it had like the fiery wings, and it looked awesome. This is the standard edition. There's the side. There's the artwork. As you can see on the artwork, her hair is a whole lot darker. It's like brunette. Here on the prop, it's like a fiery red. I subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shout out to Kingston for this subscription. Check it out so you guys can see her. This one, she does come with a stand so that she doesn't fall over when you put her down. So here she is, Jean Grey herself. Looking pretty cool. This costume's really cool. Sometimes I've never got to see it though. There's the hairpiece. Funko does a really good job with sculpting hair for bobblehead collectibles. Like, they sculpt it really nice. Hopefully you guys can see it better. And yeah, there it is. She comes with a translucent base, so it's transparent. It's right here at the bottom. This would be the base in question. Comes with a little peg, and she has a peg hole at the bottom of her foot, so you can stick it in there. And she won't fall over. And now for my brother's last Funko Pop. This one was from Spider-Man Far From Home. Here is Mysterio. This one is absolutely incredible. I'd say this is one of Funko's best ones. Here's the other props you can get in the line. And yeah. But for this one, sadly, I have to be careful because I once put him up high. He fell, and the fishbowl broke. That one's on me. I accidentally broke it. I tried fixing it with hot glue, but to no avail. So I gotta be careful showing it to you guys. You see? This is why. I do have a glue stick. Well, not a glue stick, but I do have glue. So I might be able to fix this eventually. Wow, fishbowl here looks cool. Yep, very. And I like the smoke effect at the bottom too. And now you can see the little sculpted details on the inside of the cape. In fact, since it's already broken, I may as well show you guys the smoke effect more clearly. That's what it looks like without the dome piece. It's not as cool without it. So yeah, there's Mysterio. The backdrop for these, the Far From Home Pops, they're very cool. This is what they look like. I like it when the Funko Pops come with these. They make them look cooler in box. Alright, and that would be all of his Funko Pops. Now I'll show you guys mine. I have a pretty decent collection of them, so it may take a while. Okay, I'm gonna take them out now. I'll start with the DC ones since it's less of those. In fact, I'll try and show you guys these by stacks and see if it's possible to fit it on camera. I stopped collecting these years ago because the collection would have just kept increasing and it would have been a waste of money. So, yeah, I had to stop eventually. But it's fine because I'm happy with the ones I've got. Alright, that's the homecoming ones. Just trying to show you guys these all at once in box before I have to take them out. Alright. I'm hoping this isn't a disaster on camera. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me. Oh gosh. Here they are. It goes more into perspective once you see the artworks all at once. So yeah. These are the Funkos I own. Now I'll start with the DC ones. But first I'll put the ones my brother owns away so that they're not in the way. So cool. Thank you. Now I'm putting away his Marvel Funkos. Not to worry, guys. I'll show you mine. Just one second. Alright, where's the... I guess I'll start with the DCEU ones. If I can find them. Oh, there they are. Alright, so here's my first DCEU Funko Pop. This is the one I traded with my brother. You could get the Superman one, and I kept Tactical Suit Batman from Justice League. There's the artwork, the other League members, and trying to show you guys on camera. Here is the Funko itself. Hopefully the camera is focusing. All the sculpted details are there, and they're painted very nicely too. They're painted even better than the 2017 DC Multiverse figure. Not to be confused with modern day DC Multiverse that's also known as McFarlane toys. They even sculpted the back piece of the cow. Yeah, this one's really cool. Alright. Here's the second Justice League member, the Flash. I got this one at Target years ago. This was one of my first ones. Prop Shop says, "What's up?" Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? just currently doing a Funko Pop showcase. So yeah, there it is. This one got some slight modifications. My brother helped me out by doing a wash with a pen so that the sculpted details could be brought up to the surface more. And now they pop out. So yeah, there he is. Looking very cool. Cooking. Thank you. You collect Funkos? Sweet. Well, technically I used to. I'm just showing you what I have because I stopped collecting them years ago. But I had to. So here they are. There's the Flash. And he's not the only Flash I own. I have Funkos too. I think I have 3. That's nice. Are they Spider-Man ones? He would be my second Flash Funko Pop. This one is from the CW show. More specifically, based on his Season 4 suit. So there he is. CW Flash. In case you guys are interested, here's the other Funkos you could get from the line. This one, I've been looking for the classic suit Spider-Man and the symbiote one. You could try either your local GameStop or Newbury Comics. Either one of those, you could find them there. Or Box Lunch. That could be a good store too. Also, don't forget to check Hot Topic if there's one near you. Those 2 are Spider-Man, and one is Thanos. Nice. So here is the fastest man alive. This is one of my favorite CW Flash suits, for sure. I did try to customize the red years ago, but I wasn't good at that, so I ended up removing the paint I added. Now it's back to its base form, which is like a cherry red, which isn't my favorite, but it's alright. There's the lightning effects, so it looks like he's running. And if I put him down, well, you guys can see that he just stands there. So yeah, there he is, Barry Allen. Yes, he does come with a stand as well. And this, I believe, yeah, this is my last DC Funko Pop. It's Shazam. This from the first movie. I got this one at a GameStop, along with the Iron Man Funko Pop for my brother. The red on the suit looks orange in the artwork, but it's not like that on the actual pop. There's the rest of the Shazamily. Not bad. Well, yeah, this one's really cool too. The red is much better in person than it is on the artwork. There he is, Shazam. Pretty sweet. There's the sculpted cape. This one doesn't need a base. He can stand perfectly still. So yeah, it's not required. And it does come with a backdrop in the box. This is what it looks like. It's like lightning. It's pretty cool. So if you wanted to, you could figure out a way to get it to look like this, and it's pretty neat. Nice. Thank you. Now I can begin showing you guys the rest of the pops, which are all exclusively Marvel. Which is here I start with the Insomniac franchise. This one I got with another one from the same video game as a birthday present for my dad at Newbury Comics back in 2018. Here's Spider-Man. What surprised me was that they had this in April 2018, but the video game wouldn't release until September, yet Newbury had these in stock months earlier to the video game release. Also, the Townsend mask is looking great. Why'd you think the lens is light blue though? Oh, thank you. Actually, I painted these with metallic acrylic blue paint, so it may be the light that's making them look lighter than they actually are in person. I'll see if I can get you guys better lighting for the lenses. It's like when the light hits it, they're lighter than what they actually are. Granted, I could have mixed a little bit of black with the metallic blue paint so that they would be darkened a little, but I thought that that would make them a bit dull, so I just stuck with the metallic blue, and I think they look pretty cool. Yeah, it's not 100% movie accurate, but I don't mind it at all. I still think it looks cool. Now the texture on the red is all done on the outside. I was planning on painting the inside rim of the neck. No one would see that. It's just that I can know it's fully finished, and it's just something personal I would like to do. Metallic blue paint looks sick. Thank you. I appreciate it. In the movie, I found out that these lenses actually aren't black on the outside or inside. They're gold on the inside and blue on the outside, so I want to make sure I could get as accurate as I possibly could. So yeah, there's the mask in closer detail. Currently, I'm not wearing a face shell. That's because I don't want to sweat my butt off with this. It's already a pretty hot day. Yeah, I made my lenses navy blue. That's nice. I would have used something else if I had it in hand, but this is what I had, so I stuck with it. Now, since this is a mid-air pose, it does need a flight stand, so Funko included one. So here it is. I didn't like the base blue that it came with, so I used a much darker one, and it looks a whole lot better. I did this years ago. Hopefully the camera's capturing the hole. It plugs in on the back of his belt, so that's where you put the stand. Yep, the Marvel ones, they bobble. The DC ones don't. They don't got this feature. These are spring-loaded, hence why they bobble. Wow, this looks amazing. Thank you. I really like this one. And I'll see if I can place it down on the table and show you guys in closer detail. So this is what the pop looks like on his flight stand. Looking pretty neat. I'll show you the other one my dad bought me on my 2018 birthday. I believe that's when I turned 13 at the time, I think. Yeah, that may be it. Alright, and here's the other one he got me, my dad, as a birthday present. Here he is, unmasked. It's from the PS4 video game. There's the other side. And the other props you can get. I'm going to take this one out of box too. This one also did receive a new paint job on the blue. So it's just as dark as the other one, because in its base form, the blue is way too light. So yeah, This one's pretty cool. I really like the unmasked one. Show you guys in closer detail. This one's also a bobblehead. Not many left now. That's good. Because it's quite the collection. I'll continue off by showcasing you my Spider-Man Homecoming ones. Here's the standard Stark Suit Funko Pop from Spider-Man Homecoming. What do you think about it? I really like this one too. The pose is nice. It's simple yet effective. There's the other ones you can get in the line. I really like the Vulture one. In fact, I just realized out of the first line of Pops, I have almost all of these, minus Peter, Vulture, and Tony. They did release variants, but I didn't get those. Yeah, pretty solid pop. Not so much movie though. Agree to disagree. I actually kind of dig Homecoming. But I get it. That franchise is quite divisive among Spidey fans. So here's the pop in question. I don't believe I went in and touched the blue on this one. This one's completely in its base form. What you see is what you get. They did paint a little bit of the web shooter in silver. I think that's the nozzle where the leads come from. And then there's the back spider, which is painted. It's not sculpted, but it's okay. It is a pretty tiny thing to sculpt after all. Yeah, me too. Not the other one who digs Homecoming. The one I like the least of the Holland movies would be Far From Home. That first half of the movie just drags for me. Here's the other Homecoming pop I own. This one, he wears his school jacket with the headphones. I like this one because they changed the expression for the lenses, at least one of them, so it looks like he's emoting. It's pretty cool. Check it out for you guys. Coolest one. Yeah, it's pretty unique. Some of the props of this guy, so like the copies that people bought, the yellow wouldn't have come with enough yellow paint because they didn't paint it enough in yellow because the actual mold was a different color. But I got mine with a pretty good amount of yellow layers, so I'm happy about that. He has the gray hoodie too. You can see the hoodie in the back. There are the headphones. And yeah, it's a bobblehead too. Now there's one more Spider-Man Homecoming pop I do own. And here it is. It's the homemade suit. I really like this one. This is definitely my favorite live-action homemade suit by far. It looks comfortable, yet it looks really cool. So here he is. They sculpted the fingerless gloves and the web shooters too. We don't talk Andrew's homemade suit. No, not really. I'm not the biggest fan of the vigilante suit. It served its purpose for the movie, but it's for sure not my favorite homemade suit. I actually prefer the Human Spider one from 2002, which I don't even think or know if it counts as a homemade suit because he used it specifically for wrestling. And also to hunt down the man who he thought killed his uncle. Alright, now for the last 3 Funko Pops. This would be the Spider-Man Far From Home ones. Here he is in his upgraded suit. Looking pretty neat. Detail I did notice is that this front artwork here is the exact same one as in the front artwork of the Spider-Man Homecoming Pop. So there's the Homecoming one, then there's the Far From Home one. They just redid the suit so it's red and black. But they also changed it to be accurate on the side. It was literally just regular clothes and a ski mask and sunglasses. Tom's was definitely the best homemade Spider-Man suit. Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure if they had a different homemade suit in mind for Andrew in concept art form, or if it was always planned to look like that, but I'm not the biggest fan. But that's besides the point. Time to take this one out of its package. This one honestly needs a flight stand too, so Funko did us a favor and made it into like a light or a flagpole. Light post or flagpole, either one of the two. It comes already like this, it's already glued on there. This one is awesome. The pose kind of reminds me of the final swing from the first Toby movie, where he does a similar pose before the movie ends. I love this red and black suit. Believe it or not, the Far From Home suit is the most comic accurate because it's black and red like the original Amazing Fantasy. In color scheme, it would be the most accurate, yes. But in design, that's kind of debatable because the black sections of the suit have sculpted details that technically wouldn't be on a comic suit. One Lutanda said hi. Hello, Lutanda or Lutanda. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Very modernized design though. Yeah, but this is easily one of my favorite live action Spidey suits. And I really like the small update they did in No Way Home where they updated the belt. It's no longer rounded at the bottom, but it's pointy, and they removed the web shooter cartridges. So now it's a more seamless look. Now this upcoming prop, before I show you guys, this is my only Chase prop that I own. I got this at GameStop. It's the glow-in-the-dark Fire Elemental Pop. I don't bother calling him Molten Man because he is for sure not Molten Man. It's just an illusion created by Mysterio. It's the Fire Elemental. It glows in the dark. It's still in great condition, the box. I wanted to get the glow-in-the-dark version because the regular one, the orange of the pop, was way too dark, and I didn't like that, so I wanted to get it as accurate to the movie as possible. The only way to do that was to get the Chase variant. My dad found it at a GameStop. Coolest one in a million years. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Here he is. Now, the thing they did with the Molten Man figures and collectibles is that they made the left arm way bigger than the right one. If you own the basic figure of this Elemental, it does the exact same thing too. Which I don't know if it's accurate to the movie, I don't remember if the left arm was bigger, but there it is anyways. Now the thing that glows in the dark would be his eyes, but I'm not sure if the camera would capture that at all. Plus I don't have a curtain right now, so you guys may just have to imagine it. But there's the steel beams coming out of him, which are burning hot from the bottom, which is a cool detail. And yeah, those are my Far From Home pops. Now I'm about to show you the last one I own. This would be from the same Venomized line, but here's Venom, Eddie Brock himself. Looking pretty cool. I like how they did the half Eddie, half Venom thing right there. It's pretty neat. And there's the other pops in the line. Wow, this one's a pretty big Funko Pop, so here he is. The only thing I did customize was the mouth. I made it actually red instead of pink, and only kept the tongue pink. That one is amazing. Yup, I agree. Venom is sick. Very much so. I like that they sculpted the goofy symbiote parts, and they didn't just paint them. There's his signature hairstyle from the comics. Yep, we are Venom. And that would be all of the Funkos. Now the stream isn't over just yet because I just remembered we did store some. Sorry. We did store some other stuff in the bin. Here's a Transformers Deluxe playset that we got as a gift when we were kids. I know it's unrelated to the stream, but I want to show you guys. And yes, I will show you what it comes in, what it comes with inside the box. This is what the inside of the box looks like. It's pretty cool actually. And then if you stick your finger in the hole, and lift it, it comes with these like stands that you can use to play with. Transformers his feet. This Transformers movie definitely his feet in my opinion. Darker than me. There's Optimus, Bumblebee, and Megatron. A character fell out. I don't remember who. May have been Starscream. Yeah, I believe it's Starscream. We get other Decepticons and Autobots in the second card. Scooterman, how can I super chat? $50? Well, technically I'm not Scooterman, because if that were the case, I'd have some pretty goofy lenses. I appreciate the intention, but you're not able to super chat. I don't have that option. Plus, if I were to have that option, I'd rather earn the ability to do so. It's like I would have to provide very high quality content to maybe earn a chance to get that option out for you guys. Here's the stickers that come with the other piece of paper. These tend to fall out very easily, as you can see, so I gotta be careful on how I move this. There's other planets here. Since this is a very old set, it's no wonder the stickers fall off so easily. But it's alright. And yes, it does come with dice. Here they are. And voila. Shut this real quick and put this one away. Now I do have some Marvel Legends here. 3 of them. I have more in my room. I'll show you guys one of the first Marvel Legends figures I ever got. This one is pretty old, but a very cool one. Hi everyone, says Son Vin. Hello, how's it going? This is from the Marvel Sandman Build-A-Figure wave. Now, unfortunately, just like many other collectors at the time, the right arm has some serious quality control issues, so it's broken. I can't really pose this guy anymore, which sucks, but it's still very cool. That's sick. Yeah. I will take this one out of the box for you guys, but it's broken, so no can do. There's the front logo though. Then here's a very cool one too. Here's Carnage, the one that came with the Cletus Cassidy head sculpt back in 2018. This was to build the monster Venom. This one's not broken, so I can take it out of the box for you guys. Is that front logo ever used in an actual suit? That I'm aware of? I don't think it was, but it's a very cool logo. I actually have it on a cap that I own. In fact, I'll go bring it real quick. Stay right there. Blood, what is that mask? It's from The Amazing Spider-Man. I finished, well, almost finished, upgrading it just yesterday, in fact. But yeah, here's the symbol that you guys saw on the top of the Marvel Legends box. As you can see, it is the exact same one. So yeah, my dad got this cap at Walmart 3 years ago, and it's pretty cool. That mask looks goofy, kind of. The only goofy part about it, really, is the spacing between the lenses. That sometimes it's a bit too close to each other. Other than that, it's much better than before. I painted the rims acrylic blue, but they work just fine. Yeah, they work just fine. It looks like it was used for the Scarlet Spider cane suit. Possibly. But here's the... Well, I guess this is the only suit that features the logo that I'm aware of. So if you guys want to screenshot this for any fan arts you want to make, or if you just want to see it in general, here it is. How about we send you back to Spider-Man 2? I would kind of prefer if you didn't, personally. I have some grievances with that game story. But here's the Carnage Marvel Legends out of the box. I did paint the axe with some acrylic black paint to give it that comic style effect. So there it is. The game good though. The gameplay is definitely very cool. They've made some very noticeable improvements that nobody should really bother to deny about. It's just that personally I prefer the first game's story. Carnage looks fine. Yeah. Tall and walking, hey. Hey man, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. I even painted the long claws on him. Well, the tips of them black. Here's the Monster Venom head sculpt. I never did get to build the actual figure, but Hasbro did release it as a standalone release years ago. Am I the only one who wished that the MK Superior suit was in Spider-Man 2? That would be a nice addition. How many Marvel Legends do you have? I think I have like 8 of them. Nothing too ridiculous. So here's the monster Venom head sculpt. This you would use to build a figure in the other wave. On the wave. Send prayers to Juice World. Wait a minute. I don't think he's alive anymore, as far as I'm aware. Here is the Cleus Cassidy head sculpt. The only thing I did for this guy was paint the hair. Well, I did a black wash so that the hair would stick out more. So yeah, there it is. And the other one, I can't really do too much with it out of box because my copy of it had the bicep way too gummy and it ended up breaking. Is it custom? Is it the way it was made? Not really custom. I just customized it myself, but this is the way it came. Originally, it didn't have any black paint on the axe, fingernails, or on the hair. Those I did myself. But I didn't buy any 3D printed head sculpts, not at all, or accessories. Oh, and here's the back tendril piece. There's no bending wires in it, but it looks cool. It looks good though. Thank you. The surveillance suit from Spider-Man Deadpool would be cool as a figure. I have no idea what that one looks like. I'd have to search it up, but hopefully it's a good suit. Carnage is good in the comics, not in the movies. Yeah, they did him dirty and let there be carnage. I don't know what Sony was thinking. I guess that PG-13 rating just kind of limits things. Alright, yep, here it is. This one I believe I got it at, I think is now a dead store named Think Geek. I don't know if it's up anymore, but that's where I got my Carnage figure. Basically, it's the third version of the Superior suit. And here I was, not knowing there was more than one Superior suit. This is what happens when I don't read comics. Here's the other Marvel Legends that was in the bin of Funko Pops. It's from Marvel Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales. I did try to get the one from his standalone video game, but the aftermarket prices at the time were horrendous. So I had to pre-order this on GameStop. The Cyborg Spider-Man suit mid. It may not be everyone's favorite. I can see why. So yeah, as I said earlier, the bicep on this one was way too gummy, and it's broken. And I don't know how to do a modification so that it's back in place. So now I'm stuck with a broken mouse figure. Which sucks, because this is one of my favorite Marvel Legends, honestly. I haven't taken this out since like late 2023 or early 2024. Can I have him? I mean, if you knew how to fix the broken bicep, I guess sure, but I can't really ship items to fans. Miles' arm broke, the tibia broken. That's pretty funny. What sucks is that it's not gummy on the right side at all. So I don't know how the heck Hasbro managed to let this one slide. One arm is gummy, but the other one isn't. I guess that's just good old Hasbro for you. I wonder why the Spider R's weren't in Marvel Spider-Man 2. I think it's because Insomniac wanted to PS5 size them, so like upscale them specifically for the PS5 console. and some of them had to be cut out. Hell no, Miguel broke his arm. Well, good thing this variant of Miles hasn't met Miguel, because, well, we all know what happens. Miguel kind of has some beef with Miles. You use screws to replace the peg. I think I saw that in a Spider Criminal YouTube short where he did fix a broken bicep on his 2002 Marvel Legends, but since I don't have any screws, I can't really do that mod where I can fix my figure. This fog comes out and 3 smiles as J's. Yeah, that does sound like pretty villainous behavior. The other Marvel Legends are in bin, but I didn't have plans on showing them on this stream. Unless you guys want to see them. Y'all let me know. I'm gonna create your Jay's Spider-Man. Yeah, I remember seeing that meme in 2023 when the movie was still going around in theaters. I first saw it through a toy photography shoot, and that's what I used. I'd rather eat ramen. Go ahead and feel free to do that. Meanwhile, I'll be putting away the Funko Pops because they're kind of in the way of the table. Oh boy, that's a lot of Funkos. Yeah, I forgot to even put away the Venom Funko. Your face in your YouTube profile pic, just take off the mask. Yeah, well, I feel more comfortable streaming with the mask on. Well, that's just something I do personally. Alright, those are all the homecoming ones. Off of Far From Home. At least changed masks. It's because the other masks are in the room. I'd have to take out the costume then. Alright, Far From Home. Agrofro made a Scott Johnson Spider-Man model, and it looks amazing. Nice. Is it like a realistic mod, or is it a mod that replicates the art style Scott Johnson used? Either way, that's cool that he did so. Now for the Gamerverse ones. And Venomized. Alright, so this. And for the last two. Travis Scott in the Fortnite. He never returned. Well, that's unfortunate for players who wanted to play as Travis Scott, I guess. What other Marvel Legends do you have? I've been looking for the X-Men 97 Wolverine and the Maximum Spider-Man. I know it's controversial, but it's pretty good looking, just waiting for it to go on sale. It's a cool looking Spider-Man figure, but I would definitely not pay $50 for it. It is not worth that much. It's not a mod for any of the games, at least not yet, but the model is done. That's good. I actually follow him on Instagram, but I haven't seen him making the Scott Johnson model just yet. Maybe it's because I haven't checked out his latest posts. Speaking of, if any of you guys want to follow me on there, feel free to do so. Just gotta put this stuff away. Spider-Man and Invisible is a good suit. Technically, it wasn't 100% Spider-Man. It was just the voice actor Josh Keaton. Because if they try to use the actual character of Peter Parker, I think the writers would run into some legal issues. But if y'all want, I can bring the bag of Marvel Legends real quick. I just put away the bin, and I got the bag of Marvel Legends. I haven't read the Invisible comics, just watched the show. I'm gonna say this show was your gaming setup. I'm gonna say this show your gaming setup. And if you guys want to, sure. But though I will say, it's really not much to show, because it's just, well, here's the setup, I guess. There's the TV, the gaming console, and the controller. Now, as for where we keep the video games, we keep them in here. There's our PS4 collection, and my box of headphones. That TV not even 4K blood. Yeah, I'm aware, but it's alright. No, Spider-Man was in one Invisible comic issue, not on the show. Oh, I didn't even know that. Rose TV came out in 2000. Well, we had a better TV, but that one broke, and due to some circumstances, we couldn't really buy a better one, so we have a 720p TV. But it's alright because, well, it gets the job done. It's not one I would have selected as a first choice, but it is what it is. I have an LG 4K HDR TV. That's nice. And hopefully that means it has a great sound design too. Alright, so here's one of my other Marvel Legends figures. This one is Venom. It's from the same line as the Carnage one. There he is. The side artwork is very cool. Then there's the other figures you can get in the wave. This one ain't broken, so I can get a box. Isn't that the Venom from the 90s show? It may be the same body mold that Hasbro decided to use, but it's not labeled as 90s Venom. Wait, no, he doesn't have red and blue highlights. Yeah, I know. So here's the Marvel Legends in person. Yes, the goopy tendril part can come off, and there it is. Now the head sculpt isn't exactly my favorite, but it's decent enough. I just wish they would have come with like claw hands, but the fists are cool too. Yeah, it does look like a Todd McFarlane inspired Venom. What gives it away is the Eddie Brock head sculpt. I think it definitely is. Hasbro did a very good job with this head sculpt. And hopefully it's not out of focus. I'll show you guys what it looks like on the figure. What game do you play? I mostly play Marvel Spider-Man, Batman Arkham Knight, and Fortnite. Sometimes DCUO as well. How old is that figure? This figure is 7 years old because it came out in 2018. That's my face when GTA 6 got delayed. That's valid. It's delayed all the way until like May of 2026 if I remember correctly. I have Fortnite, can I add you? That's alright. I typically don't play with many people that much. I mostly play on my own now. But if anyone wants to, on their own accord, my gamer tag is webhead126. All caps or lowercase? It would be lowercase. When's your next Fortnite stream? I believe this Wednesday. I'd have to puff paint my suit in the morning. That way I can stream Fortnite in the afternoon. And then Friday stream will be puff painting live. Once I'm done showing you guys the Marvel Legends, if I have time, I'll see if I can show you the progress I made on my suit. Funny, Tony streams Fortnite at 1 p.m. Y'all gonna meet up? I don't think we're gonna meet up because I don't play with him on Fortnite anymore in months. Nothing he did, it's just that, well, he played with this guy, I believe, named Julian, and he kind of made the streams kind of unbearable, so I stopped going to his channel altogether. I won't be able to show up then, I'm busy Wednesday, but I should be there Friday. Yeah, no worries. He's a changed man now. Well, if that's true, then that's really good, but still, I don't know if I'm gonna come back to the live streams. It would be nice to, but I don't know. Here's my next Marvel Legends. I'll always have a soft spot for the Amazing Fantasy suit. Hey, it's funny you should say that, because I was thinking through some old figures, and looks like I own that one too. But here's the upgraded suit Marvel Legends. That's Sandro. Maybe. Do you play Roblox? I used to, but I uninstalled it. I no longer play Fortnite. This one I got it at a Walmart in 2019. I found it like on the upper shelf, and it's the last one they had, so I got lucky. Why? Well, it kind of got a little boring for me personally. Plus, well, yeah, it just got boring. And I needed the storage space for other games. So sometimes you gotta make some sacrifices. I have that same Far From Home figure. Nice. This was very fun to pose around with. Hasbro did re-release this for the No Way Home wave in 2021. They updated the belt and gave him a Peter Parker head sculpt. And then they re-released this figure again, but for, I believe, 2024. They updated the bands around the suit in like a silver. But yeah, I have the first release of this suit ever. I did go ahead with a micron pen and paint the web lines. Hot Toys are best toys. That's debatable, because it's kind of risky to pose them, and well, they kind of eat away at your wallet. Did you paint the webs? Yep, I did so with a micron pen, because originally it was just plain red, and it was kind of boring, so I mattified it as well. Because the original release did not have paint on the webs. Yep, hence why now it's different. And I used a matte spray because it was way too shiny before. Kingston said hi. Hello again, Kingston. Hot toys are good, but they're expensive and don't take poses well. Yeah, hence why I don't collect them. If I'm gonna spend so much money on something, like a figure, I kinda want to at least have it be posable and not crease over time. Because otherwise, you may as well be overpaying for a statue with accessories. You'll unblock Miles on YouTube. Do I still have him blocked? Isn't that Julian from the Spy Evolution live streams? This? Yeah, you do. Well, I don't talk to him anymore, so I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference if I unblock him. This one was also, I believe, a birthday gift I received. It was from the Infinity War wave. It's kind of broken now, so yeah, it is. He's nice now. I don't know. Sometimes in life, I gotta move away from certain spaces and people. Infinity War goated. A lot of people think so. I did go ahead and paint this guy, but I do not like the finish at all. The metallic red I used ended up looking pinkish, which technically I could fix because I have a translucent red from the brand Tamiya, and it could brighten up the red and make it actually deep, but at least the gold still looks nice. MCR and Spider is not good. I'm sorry if I don't like it. I can understand why. Endgame was better, to be honest. In my personal opinion, I would say so, because I'm not that big of a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy as a team, so I prefer the Endgame, even with its flaws. Now, those are the Marvel Legends I have in this bag. I'll go get you guys the Amazing Fantasy figure soon enough. Marvel Legends and Funkos aren't the only things that I used to collect. I also used to collect DC Multiverse figures. I have those in a bin in my room. But first, I gotta get you guys the Amazing Fantasy figure. Be right back. Here's the figure in question. Goes slammed away. McFarlane and Mattel. Technically, a little bit of both. I used to collect the old DC Multiverse that wasn't by McFarlane, it was actually by Mattel. And McFarlane toys as well. I used to collect both. Here's the Amazing Fantasy Marvel Legends. This one is by far my favorite Marvel Legends figure I own. The posability, simplicity, and well, the accessories too, they're really nice. It was a crouching pose, but I didn't have the wall crawling hands. But I can do better poses. I have an entire YouTube short of doing poses with this guy, so if you guys want to see those poses, feel free to check it out on the channel. Yes, I do have the original box. It's in my room. Here are the accessories. Peak Marvel Legends. I definitely would agree. I can bring the DC box if you guys want, so gotta go away again. See you in a bit. And I got it. Hot Toys Venom from Spider-Man 2 is better. Well, it's for sure better than the Marvel Legends in terms of aesthetic. This would be one of the biggest figures I own. It's not a Marvel Legends or a DC Multiverse. It's a giant Hasbro figure. It's from the Maximum Venom line. It's the Venom Ooze figure. This was released back in 2020. This is from the Disney XD show, even if the promo art doesn't look like it. But it's hella expensive. The Hot Toys? Yeah, for sure. Hence why I wouldn't buy it. Maybe if I was stupid rich. But definitely not broke. And this is what the figure looks like. is very easy to take in and out of box. So this is what it looks like. Articulation is not in this guy's favor, but the sculpted details are. He has a lot of texturing on the body. He has veins in the muscles too. And he can do this. If you take out the back piece, you could stick the ooze in the back and then press up against it, and the ooze would slime out of his mouth. Venom Daddy. Alright. I guess it checks out given your profile picture, She Venom. You're freaky guy. No, this isn't a DC Multiverse figure. It's a Movie Masters figure from the Dark Knight. And it's the Batman Begins suit. I never owned this as a kid, so I was very happy to receive this in November 2022. We'll get freaky with Venom in chat. Let's not. Yeah, it'd be preferable to avoid those types of comments, let's say. Here's the other figures in the Movie Masters line. We got Scarecrow and Demon Batman, which is a chase figure. Robin Edits. Hey Daniel. Hey man, how's it going? I think you just joined in now, so you may have missed the part where I showed off the Funko collection. Can you make me a mod? Sure. I'll make you mod for the channel since, well, I no longer have any other mods for this channel. I'll make you managing. Do you want managing or standard moderator? Just me. Okay, Ron Edits, do you want standard or managing moderator? Because there's 2 ranks. So, which rank of mod do you want to be? Yeah, I can trust you. I just want to know which one you wanted. Most advanced one? Alright, come in right up. Add as moderator, managing moderator. Alright, it should have worked now. I might make you a mod on my channel. Thank you, Pro Specialist. Dang the Glazers BS. I trust you a lot. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's nice to know that there's trust between us. She Venom was timed out by Roman Edits for 86,000 seconds. Oh. Alright then. Well, thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Yep, no problem, man. I have some of my brother's DC figures here as well. Mia, hi, handsome. Are you talking to Ramen Edits, Mia? I think you might be. But here's the Flash movie figure from McFarlane Toys. This was released 2 years ago, back in 2023 for the movie. My brother got this as a birthday present. It's a really cool figure. It's just as posable as the Marvel Legends, so the running poses, they're great. This one is not a Marvel Legends or DC Multiverse either. It's a Justice League figure, but from the animated series. This is from, oh, Justice League. Here's Superman. Awesome. Thank you. Where are you from? Are you asking me, Mia, or who are you asking? Because it's kind of hard to know. I had this figure as a child, I think for like my 3rd birthday, but I ended up breaking it because, well, what kid doesn't break his figures? So I ended up rebuying this back in July 2022. Because, you know, for nostalgic reasons. And I'm very glad I did. It's just as I remember. Now Superman is classic? Yep, for sure. It doesn't pose much at all, but I knew that going in, and I still wanted it. Because the colors are just that nice, and I wanted to get a piece from my childhood back. and I'm very glad I did. Mia said hi. Hello. And a very cool thing is that it comes with a base too. And if you get the other figures from the wave, their bases connect and spell out the word justice, which is very cool. That's not the only thing it comes with. It also comes with a 3D card where it shows you multiple images. There's Superman breaking chains off. You are the best YouTuber ever to exist. I would highly doubt so, given my more than questionable upload schedule, but thank you. It also comes with a Superman logo, and there's a third image where he's flying at high speed, but I'm not sure if I can get it on camera. But this is what the back of the card looks like. I keep it in box so I don't lose this, because this is very cool. Alright, now I'll show you the actual ancient DC multiverse before Tom McFarlane took over. And by ancient, I mean the 2017/18 era. This one isn't mine, it's my brother's. That's his Red Hood figure. Remember, this is before McFarlane took over the license. So the articulation on some of these figures weren't completely there just yet. But the sculpt is pretty cool. That's what the side of the box looks like. Well, box. And if you collect all the figures from the wave, you can connect them all to build Killer Croc. So yeah, I did customize this figure because the figure originally came in a blue color for some reason, even though his suit is gray. So I ended up painting the base body in a dark gray color, and now it's so much better. And my brother went in with a pen and gave the helmet a black wash, so now that the lines stick out. And yes, it does come with a Jason Todd head sculpt. One thing though, you can't take the guns out of their holsters and use them as weapons. But it's kind of surprising they're even there in the first place, considering toy companies aren't really a fan of guns. Not always, anyway. See, I'm doing on battery. Not doing too great on battery. I'm at 32%, so I won't be able to be on here for that much longer. But I still got some stuff to show. Here is my Shazam figure. It's pretty cool. Sadly, the arm on this one did break off too. I believe one of the arms was a bit loose, and the bicep just ended up breaking. So I can't really take this out of the box. But yeah, there's Shazam. The only other figure in the wave was Dr. Savannah. I got this in 2018. This one isn't from DC Multiverse, either iterations. This is from DC Collectibles. Here's my Flash Season 3 figure. This is the DC Icons DC Collectibles figure, so it's not made by Mattel. It's pretty cool, actually. There's the side of the box with the Season 3 poster, looking pretty sweet. And then here's the other figures from the wave. There's the Atom, White Canary, and Kid Flash. Now I did go over this one with some translucent red paint to see if I can brighten up the red a bit. It kind of worked, but it's still very dark since it's a translucent paint. But at least it's not as pale as it used to be. See if I can get this in a running pose for you guys. So there's the Flash. It's a very cool suit. And then I got one last figure in this box to show you. This is what the backdrop looks like. Comes with the original Season 1 logo. Looking pretty sweet. And this last figure here I got as a birthday present in 2021. It's from the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Here's Black Suit Superman. This one is by McFarlane Toys. There's the side of the box, the other side. Then here's the poster. This one isn't broken, so I can take this one out of the box too. I have some slight grievances with this figure, because on my copy, I think I got an inverted butterfly joint, so it's upside down, and the right arm cannot move up for anything, but the left arm can, because it's placed how it's supposed to be. And one of my other issues is too that the boots aren't 100% aligned with the legs. They're kind of tilted to the side for some reason. And he used this ball joint that's exposed for articulation, and it's not nearly as neat as his hidden ankle joints that he does nowadays. Not to mention, he doesn't come with any alternate hands or heads. So overall, I still give this a solid 8 out of 10. The only thing I did for this guy was paint the symbol a bit brighter, as well as the belt buckle. All the Kryptonian details are there though. So yeah, this is still a really cool figure. I like the black and silver. Yeah, me too. I just wish this guy came with more accessories, but even still, it's a cool figure. Alright, well, there was all the figures that were in hand available to show you guys, as well as the Funko Pops. Now, we'll be wrapping up the stream soon. You're a mod and a verified user on my channel now, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to Prop Specialist and Ramen Edits. Shout out to you guys. Now, we'll be wrapping up the stream soon because I am running low on battery. So if you guys have any remaining questions you want to ask, this would be your time. You've got 3 minutes. Let's make it fair. Of course, bro. Thanks, man. Alright, 3 minutes. Questions, anything you want to say, this is your time. Here to protect chat. I appreciate that, man. Oh, boy. Kind of sweating. I'll take this thing off once stream's over. How many figures do you have total? That's kind of impossible to count at the moment, because I have an entire green bin worth of Marvel figures, masks, and some Star Wars stuff. So I have to bring everything all at once at the table and count how many toys I actually own, because it's a bit ridiculous. So that might be for a future stream. Favorite pizza? For me, it'd be cheese. Just plain cheese pizza. I don't really like pepperoni as much anymore. Also, by the way, the mask looks better without the facial. Thank you. I think the puff paint helps give it a nice outline for the head. And on the side profile, the nose doesn't stick out too much. So without the facial, it looks fine. without the Remy facial. Pizza time. Yeah, pizza time would be pretty nice one of these days. Alright, you guys have 1 more minute. So any final questions, statements, things you want to talk about, you still have a little bit of time. Before I wrap things up, I'm gonna show you guys the products on the suit. Here's what I've been cooking so far. Have you ever considered the half face shell? I actually own one. It came with my Tasm 2 suit, and I tried it on with the mask. It didn't look that great, but that's when the mask wasn't even finished just yet. What are you most excited for this year? That would be Superman and Boston Fan Expo. Fire. Thank you. As you guys can see, I finished the front logo, the webs on the front side, and I began puff painting the seam lines, as well as outlining the red. Here's the back logo too, and the webs on the back here are also done. I know the 3 minutes are up, but I just want to quickly show you guys this. I also did the web line on the belt. The half face shell might look good on Tasm 1 mask. It looked decent on mine. I should definitely try that out sometime. I also did the webbing on the red stripes, and I did finish the right boot, at least when it comes to the webbing, before I puff painted it. Alright. So yeah, the webbing on the right boot is done. I do have to go in and puff paint the left one, so that'll be for later. Alright. That'll be a wrap on today's stream. Thank you guys so much for coming. I had an absolute blast. I hope you guys did too, and stay tuned for Wednesday's stream. It may be Fortnite, so be on the lookout for that. Well, take care, guys. Bye-bye.